Hi, this is 365801 and this is the end of year book tag for 2022. So I had originally planned to do this video in September, but September was a dumpster fire of a month for me, so we're doing it in October. Oh well. I enjoyed doing this end of year book tag video last year because it did help me to make plans and organize myself leading up to the end of the year for whatever reading goals or challenges I had. And so I think this has been quite a good exercise in planning and organising. So let's just get on into it. There's only 6 questions. Let's do this. Question number 1. Are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Well, I did mention last year in the video that I do not usually start books and then just not finish them. I DNF or I finish, and even DNFing is kind of a rarity. So, but I actually do have some that I'm in the middle of reading. So the first one is Short Stack, which is the second volume that Lily Morton has collated from the short stories she has available on her website for subscribers of her newsletter. And so you get to read all of these lovely little short stories, and she collates them all. She takes them down off her website, puts them all in a book, and then adds a few extra. She sprinkles a few more extra stories throughout. And I'm just taking my time slowly since it was released, just reading a couple of these short stories, maybe one a night, maybe one every 2 days, that kind of thing, just to reacquaint myself with the characters. Oh, you guys, I loved you guys. And then read any new adventures that they've had or new romantic shenanigans they've gotten up to. And that's just lovely. So I'm taking my time and I will finish that by the end of the year. No problem. I also have a library vlog that I'm in the middle of doing. I have 3 YA books, and I have started the first one, which is a horror YA. So I've started that one, so I do need to finish that, and then get on with the other 2 to finish that library vlog. And then I probably won't get out any more library books for the rest of this year, unless there's anything that particularly grabs my fancy, but I don't think that's going to happen. And the other one is that I started the FU series, the Franklin University series, which is an 8-book series by different authors. And unfortunately, not all the authors have the same pull or draw to me as the ones that I was most excited about, which is Saxon James, Eden Finlay, and Louisa Masters. And so the other authors, it's been harder to get through those books. And one threw me into a reading slump, and that's The Glow Up. And I've got to 80% of the book, and I'm like, just keep reading, just keep going. You've only got 20% more. Just do it. Just do it. And I really am struggling, but I want to push through and just get it finished. And the other one is Making Waves, which I've only really just started. I'm at 20% of that one. And that one's much more enjoyable. I think I can manage that one a lot easier. And the plan was to read all 8 books in order, which I did not do. And then do a standalone reviewing Male Male Romance video, which I might still do when I've finally completed it. So the next question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? Well, last year it was The Night Beyond the Tri-Cornered Window, and that's what I had been reading every single year for the past, I don't know, like 6-7 years. Like every October it's like I'll do a reread of that. But the series is finished now, so I don't really need to do that. I already know how it ends. And so this year I've decided that I'm going to do a reread of the With or Without series by J.L. Langley, because I have the 3 physical copies now, and I haven't read those physical copies and sat down and just enjoyed myself. And so that's my plan for November, which won't take me long because they're so easy to read and so enjoyable, and I know the stories. It's a reread. It's like a warm blanket. It's just going to be great. I'm going to feel so cozy, and so I'm really looking forward to reading the With or Without series. Question number 3 is, Is there a new release you're still waiting for? Well now. In the video last year, because I watched it again, I was like, oh, I wonder what the questions were, wonder what my answers were. One of them was, what's your plans for next year? And it was like, well, Raven is going to come out in January, and that's my most anticipated book for 2022. Is it out? No. The placement holder, it was just a placement holder on Amazon, said the 27th of January, but it wasn't actually the release date. I don't think Piper Scott and Virginia Kelly, who's Lynn Van Dorn, and someone else, I do not know, have actually completed it. I think they're still working on it and taking their time, and if they want to take their time, they can take their time. So, yeah, there's no release date for it, so I don't think it's going to come out this year, which will be a shame, but it means that it'll be my most anticipated maybe release for 2023 then. So I already know. Of course, one that I'm kind of excited about is the Scum Villains Self-Saving System book 4, which is, I think, the final book, is coming out before the end of the year, and that has been organized that there will be a standard release and a special edition release. And if you're Barnes & Noble, you can get an even more special edition release. Obviously, if you're not in the US, you can't. Thank you. Yes, I'm salty about that. That's because I'm in the UK. So yeah, I will get the special edition one. It's going to be pricey. It's going to be about £18, but I would like to get that. So that's one I'm looking forward to. I am also recording this in October before Shameless Puck Boy is released, which is the third in the Puck Boy series by Saxon James and Eden Finlay. So I'm super excited about that. I will definitely be reading that in October, pretty much the day it comes out. And then, of course, we've got some manga to look forward to. Twittering Birds is supposed to come out sometime, I think, in November or December. But as I've said, in the UK, we have, like, distributing issues. So even if you pre-order it, you're not guaranteed to get it, even the same year that you pre-ordered it, which is what happened last year. So I am going to wait and see. So the next Twittering Birds, that would be volume, is it 7? And, of course, Only the Flower Knows, volume 2 is supposed to come out as well. And I think we have My Love Mix-Up Volume 5, which may be out in the US already, but obviously it's not out in the UK yet. So that will probably be released. So these are the releases that I'm looking forward to. Whether or not I purchase them or get hold of them before the end of the year is another thing. So question number 4, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? I have some on my list that I need to read. I've got a copy from NetGalley of The Last Binding by Freya Marsk, which, the second book in the Last Binding series, and the book is called The Restless Truth. It's a sapphic romance as well as the sequel to A Marvelous Light, and I loved A Marvelous Light last year, so I'm looking forward to that one. It's coming out in November, so I kind of want to read it probably at the beginning of November so that I can do a review for around release day. And I also have a copy of The Sunbearer Trials by Aidan Thomas, which is the first book in a duology. It's kind of like a YA or middle grade, I'm not sure exactly, but I'm looking forward to reading that one as well. And another one that I'd like to read, it is out now. It's called Deadbeat Druid, and it's the third book in the Adam Binder series, because for some strange reason, I just really enjoy that series. But the first 2 books are available for free on the Plus catalogue of Audible, whereas this one, I would have to purchase it. And I just love the narrator. He just does a fantastic job, so I might have to use one of my credits and just purchase it. Or I might wait and see if it becomes free on the Plus catalogue sometime next year. But those are the 3 books that I would like to read by the end of the year, but I might not read them all. Question number 5 is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favourite book of the year? Honestly, no, I don't think so. Not from what I've already read. I know Lily Morton will bring out a Christmassy book. She did last year and she did the year before. So I'm looking forward to whatever she releases, and I will probably enjoy that. I only have one more Lily Morton release to read, and then I will have read everything. So I'll need to do a reading all of Lily Morton video. I did mention last year, in last year's video, a KJ Charles book called The Henchman of Zinda. And I now have a physical copy. So I could always do that. So that would be fun, because it's KJ Charles, and KJ Charles is just wonderful. I just love her writing so much. So that could end up being a fabulous favourite book. But I'm just not sure if anything is good enough to either beat Wesme from him as an epic, or Cooper and Oliver from the Big Bad Wolf series. I just don't think anything is gonna top that. On to question number 6. Have you already started making reading plans for 2023? The answer is yes and no. No, not really. Because I want to be truthful to myself and be like, you are a mood reader. When you make reading plans, you stress yourself out. When you commit to reading something on NetGalley or through the library, you stress yourself out. Stop stressing yourself out. Just commit to being a mood reader. And I think that's kind of it. I really enjoy readathons, and I've been doing the Manga Freakathon, and I just love it. I love Manga Madness readathon. That was great fun. I loved 30 and 30 challenge. It was kind of a readathon, the 30 and 30 challenge, and I did that too. So the manga that I've read, that I've really enjoyed reading, and I've read a lot of, has been through readathons, and so I haven't done loads, but each one I've enjoyed a lot. So I would like to try and do some more of them. I will definitely be reading Raven if it ever happens. It's a big one. And I kind of want to try and get back into doing the buzzword readathon, or I guess they're calling it the reading challenge for the year. So in last year I was very good about being structured, and I had a video each month for the buzzword. But this year I kind of was like, that's a lot of work. I don't want to do that. And also because I'm not, I want to be a mood reader. I don't want to be giving myself too much work. But I think if I was a little bit less harsh with myself, I enjoyed actually making the videos and putting them out there. But giving myself such large TBRs each month, instead of just saying, I will read one from this stack, and whichever one I read, that's my book. That would be much better, rather than what I was doing. So I think that is a plan for next year, to look and see if the reading challenge is going to take place, and also to just be more mindful of the fact that I am better as a mood reader. I like making plans with Katie and doing buddy reads, so we might have to have a wee chat about like how much we can commit, and if we're gonna commit to one a month, or if we're gonna do anything different. So that would definitely be something. More readathons, buddy reads, things like that. Things that are sociable and fun to do, rather than giving myself lots of work to do. So yeah, that's my plan for next year, is to not plan as much. Those are the big plans for 2023. I do have so many plans for videos that I just haven't done yet. And this whole year I had plans for certain videos that involved a lot of reading that I just did not get any of it done for. So I don't know, there are maybe some plans I can take over into 2023, and so I don't need to plan as much, because oh my goodness, my list of possible video ideas is just even longer than it was 3 years ago. So I've got plenty of things I could be doing. It's whether or not I want to do them. So yeah. So that's everything from the end of year book tag. I hope this has been fun or interesting to you. I would love to know what your plans are, and if you're going to do this end of year book tag, tag me as well, so I can see what your reading plans are. We're supposed to tag people in it, so most of the time tag people who actually do this as videos. So Bizarre Individual, if you want to do it, on you go. Katie, I know you don't do a lot of videos, but maybe you want to do it on Twitter. Anyone who follows me on Instagram, you could do it on Instagram too. So yeah, anyone who might have any means of doing this rather than just a video, consider yourself tagged if you want to do this. It is quite a good way of reviewing your reading until the end of the year. So yeah, I'd also really like some recommendations. If you have any recommendations, given what I've just said, let me know. I'm gonna slow down my reading for the end of the year because I'm already nearing 360 easily. No problem. There's loads in my Goodreads I haven't put up yet, so probably another 20-30 books to be added that I've already read and I just haven't put up on my Goodreads for the year. So yeah, any recommendations and I can put them on my plans for next year. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you could put a little stack of books for the end of the year book tag in the comments down below, or let me know your thoughts on any of the titles I've mentioned. I hope everyone is taking care of themselves. I'm 36581 and I make videos about BL manga, yaoi, male romance, and all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.